Okay, Assalamualaikum. This is part 2 for chapter 10, Dividend and Payout Policy. Okay, so we will proceed with the dividend payment, how the company will pay dividend. Okay, the process of the dividend, they will have the declaration date, ex-dividend date, date of record, and date of payment. For the declaration date, okay, at this point, the company will announce to the public. So during this announcement date, it will involve with when the company will issue the dividend, okay, which is about the date. Let's say on 1st June 2020, company announced to the public that the company will pay dividend on 1st August 2020. Okay, and during this announcement or declaration date, the company also will mention about the dividend per share. Okay, that means how much the company may allocate for each share. Let's say the dividend per share is 10 cents. Okay, and then the next process, we have the ex dividend date. Then we have the ex dividend date. The ex dividend date. This is a date where for those who buy the share on this date, they won't entitle for the dividend. Okay, the word is a buy. Okay, so the date ex dividend date normally occur 2 days before the date of record. Okay, so what you mean by date of record? The date of record, this is the record date. That means at this date, the company will check those who are entitled for the dividend and those who are won't entitled for the dividend. And for your information, during the date of record, okay, the stock is not trading for that day. Okay, sebab tu lah kalau kita tengok dalam saham punya newspaper kan, dekat saham tu sometimes ada dash macam tu. So maksudnya saham tidak diniagakan pada tarikh tersebut. So why the stock is not trading on that day? One of the reason is due to the date of record. And then also for the dividend payment also have the date of payment. So the date of payment, that mean on this date pembayaran dividend akan dibuat. So this is example the dividend payment process or chronology. For example, on 15 January, the company had made announcement that the company will pay dividend on 16 February. Okay, the company will pay dividend on 16 February. Okay, and then the record date will be on 30th January. So as what I said, masa record date ni company nak tentukan siapa yang dapat dividen dan siapa yang tak dapat dividen. Okay, 2 days before the record date and during this record date, saham tidak diniagakan sebab company nak betulkan dia punya account and so on. Okay, so 2 days before the record date is the ex-dividend date. So the ex-dividend date, that mean siapa yang beli saham masa tarikh ini, mereka tidak akan dapat dividen. So anyone who buy share, okay, selepas pada 15 Januari company buat announcement. So starting from 16 January sampai 28 January, sampai 27 January, siapa yang beli saham masa ini dia akan dapat dividen. Okay, siapa yang beli saham masa tarikh 28 Januari, dia tidak akan dapat dividen. Tapi kalau kita ada dah saham tu yang kita beli saham ni pada 1 Januari. Okay, which is before the company announced that the company will pay dividend. And then on 28 January, kita nak pakai duit ataupun kita tengok harga saham tengah naik. So kita jual masa 28 Januari. So our position here is we sell the stock. Kalau kita jual saham pada 28 Januari, kita jual saham, kita still lagi akan dapat dividen. Okay, so lagi satu I nak share dengan you. relatekan the dividend payment dengan efficient market hypothesis. Chapter 9 kan kita belajar efficient market hypothesis. So in the efficient market hypothesis, it say that the market will reflect, okay, the stock price will reflect with the announcement. Okay, so that means harga naik, harga turun sebab ada information. Okay, so masa ini 15 Januari, katalah kita company saham Hub Seng. So 15 Januari, Hub Seng company buat announcement to the public yang dia akan bagi dividend pada 16 Februari. So that means information dah ada. Bila information dah ada, so everyone or the public notice that the company will pay dividend, right? So automatically there is a demand for the Hub Seng stock. So sebab itulah pada 15 start daripada announcement date sehinggalah ex dividend date harga saham akan naik. Sebab apa? Because investor are eagerly to buy the Hub Seng stock. Sebab apa diorang nak beli Hub Seng stock? Sebab dia nak dapatkan dividend. Okay. Now we proceed with the Dutch dividend policy method. For further reading, you can read the textbook, page 578. So, dividend policy refer to decision. Okay, decision, dividend policy. Decision sama ada company want to pay dividend to the shareholder ataupun dia tak nak bagi pun dividend kepada shareholder. Okay, so remember, I ada pernah draw dekat whiteboard dulu. Okay, so bila company dapat earning before interest tax, dia akan bayar interest dulu. So, dapat EBT, earning before tax. Okay, so I write again here. Okay. So, let me pause it. Okay, so in this, we are discuss about does dividend policy matter. So, dividend policy refer to decision whether the company want to pay dividend or the company want to allocate that income for the return earning in order to reinvest in the business. In theory, if the firm reinvests capital now, it will grow and can pay high dividend in the future. Okay, so I will discuss here. In this is a partial of income statement. So I starting with the EBIT, operating profit. Okay, so you see here, when the company get EBIT less with interest, it will get EBT less with tax. Then we will get earning after tax. Okay, less with dividend to preferred shareholder. So remember, the dividend, it is a compulsory to pay dividend to the preferred shareholder. If the company not to pay dividend for the shareholder for this year, and it must be accumulated for the next year. Okay, so now we are talking about dividend to the common shareholder. Okay, remember equity or the type of share, the type of stock. We have two types of share and stock, which is preferred share and common share. So in this discussion about the dividend, we are talking about the dividend to the common shareholder. Okay, so after company had paid dividend to their preferred shareholder, now company have the net income. So this net income, the company must decide whether, okay, the firm want to give dividend to their common stock or the firm want to use this net income for reinvestment. So this is what we call as return earning. And this return earning, if you can see that the return earning ada di dalam company punya balance sheet. Okay. And then the decision sama ada company nak bagi dividen banyak ke ataupun dividen sikit ke, nak bagi atau tak nak bagi, and that what we call as dividend policy. Okay, so again, when we talk about dividend policy, it is all about when the decision whether the company want to pay dividend or not to pay dividend to their common shareholder. Kalau company buat decision nak bagi, dia kena fikir pula, nak bagi banyak ke nak bagi sikit. Okay, so why company fikir? Okay, you can company sometimes, some of the firm, dia suka bagi sikit dividen dekat dia punya shareholder. But some of the firm, dia akan bagi dividen banyak kepada dia punya shareholder. Okay, so the decision why company pay more or pay less, okay, so ianya adalah depend on the certain factor. So some of the firm, when they pay more dividend to the shareholder, it is some kind of attraction. To attract other investor. It is, kita panggil sebagai sweetener, okay, untuk menggalakkan, to encourage other investor to buy their stock. Okay, but then some of the company, they prefer to give a smaller ataupun sedikit sahaja dividend, but it will give consistent. Kalau you tengok, mostly company dia bagi dividen tak banyak pun, dari 15 sen, 5 sen, okay? But they consistent to pay dividend because as long as dia rasa dia boleh bagi, tapi yang matlamat utama dia is not actually to pay dividend to the shareholder, tetapi matlamat dia adalah untuk for the return earning, because they want to use the income for the reinvestment purpose with the hope that income that they will get from the next investment akan dikongsi juga kepada shareholder dia pada tahun hadapan atau pada tahun berikutnya. Okay, so we are talking about the dividend policy. So actually, sebenarnya sama ada company bagi dividen tinggi ataupun bagi dividen rendah, ataupun company nak bagi dividen ataupun tak bagi dividen, it's not really important actually, okay, for the investor, because investor, they can make their home dividend. Okay, so for the homemade dividend, you can read further in your textbook page 579. So what you mean by homemade dividend? Homemade dividend, this is a homemade dividend policy created by investors by buying or selling share on their own. Okay, so for example, the homemade dividend, so the type of investor, kalau certain investor, some of the investor, they buy a stock not for the dividend. Okay, so they buy stock due to the other reason. Okay, bukannya nak sangat dividen, tapi nakkan price appreciation. Okay, tapi bila tiba-tiba dia beli dividen Hub Seng, macam dia beli dividen tahun ni sebenarnya sebab dia believe that price Hub Seng tu akan naik. Okay, 2-3 bulan akan naik. Tapi secara kebetulannya dia beli sekarang, tiba-tiba Hub Seng buat announcement yang akan bagi dividen dekat dia punya shareholder. So, maksudnya investor ni dia tak nak pun dividen sebenarnya, tapi dia dapat. So what can they do? Bila dia dapat dividen, okay, receive dividend now, sedangkan pada masa tu dia tak nak pun dividen sebenarnya. But what can this kind of investor do? They can use that dividend for the reinvestment. Dapat dividen tu, beli saham lain ataupun beli saham Hub Seng lagi. Okay. Another one, kalau this kind of investor, they really buy, they really hope for the dividend. Dia beli stok tersebut sebab nak dapatkan dividen. Okay. But then, dia dah check dah, okay, Hub Seng ni memang setiap tahun akan bagi dividen kepada shareholder. So that's why investor A, investor nama Ali ni, dia beli Hub Seng punya saham. But unfortunately, for this year, Hub Seng tak bagi pun dividen. Okay. Okay, so Ali, dia boleh create actually his own dividend. Macam mana dia akan buat? Kalau tak dapat dividen, dia expect dapat dividen. Dapat dividen masih dapat duit kan? Tapi Hub Seng tak bagi pun dividen. So dia akan buat apa? Dia akan jual saham Hub Seng. Maknanya dia akan jual saham, dia akan dapat cash kan? That what we call as the homemade dividend. Okay, so this is for part 2. So in next video, I akan discuss dekat you pasal part 3 is about stock repurchase. Okay. So, Assalamualaikum.